Happy Tuesday, sorcerers. It is time to open up this here box of Arthurian Legends. This is our third box of this wonderful set. Quite beautiful packaging. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. We do box openings, deck techs. We talk about philosophy for sorcery. We try to have a good time. We make ridiculous thumbnails that don't quite live up, or videos maybe that don't live up to the amount of action that the thumbnails promise, but that's because I'm not an editor. And if you subscribe, it'll allow me to maybe get one step closer to hiring an editor so that my videos can be like cool, have some interesting flash to them as well. But until then, we're just going to do this old school style in the vein of sorcery and the knights who say knee. If you get a box of sorcery cards, if this is your first time ever looking at a box opening, welcome. You have dust points on the back. Always make sure to save your box because you can get dust points. And dust points allow you to get free, cool swag that you can't get anywhere else, or typically can't get anywhere else on the website. So, without further ado, Arthurian Legends is the second full, or basically the first expansion set for sorcery. There was Alpha, then Beta, then Arthurian Legends, and it had some mixed reviews. Although I think it's seeing some love over time, and it does have the most expensive non-foil, just kind of regular, ordinary card in the entire game right now. Ring of Morrigan. I think probably outside of some Frank Frazetta art from the Alpha set. But as far as Beta, Arthurian Legends, or Gothic, you will find the most pricey card in here. There's a couple other good hits too. I think Key to the City is like a $40 or $50 card that comes in here. We have a lot of tri-lands, or lands that make 3 different elements. Those all cost about $30 to $40 depending. So there's a lot of interesting hits, and then a lot of $5 to $10 cards. So in addition, every sorcery pack has a chance of opening up a curio. It's like 1 in 100 boxes only have them. I've never opened one up myself, but I've seen them open, and I'm jealous. So I'm hoping that we get something cool to look at. Typically, foils are pretty neat in these sets, so maybe we'll just get some cool foils as well. So in the opening pack, you get some tokens, you get an art card, and you get a couple of the set avatars. These are sort of like your commanders for the game. And without further ado, let's bust on in to some Arthurian Legends. Last week we opened up a Gothic box, and it had some interesting hits, but overall I think it was kind of a dud. I haven't looked at the prices yet. And for me, I'm opening this in real time, like right after that Gothic box. But yeah, so I haven't had a chance to look and see if we made our money back on it. It may be the first box out of 7 that we haven't. So that's a pretty good ratio if you're trying to get into the game, thinking is this worthwhile investment? Typically, you're going to have exceptionals on the top of your deck. Those are uncommons. And then you'll have a rare. And that seems like a cool one to start off with. A Valley of Delight. An elite site, choose one. Makes any threshold. This site provides that permanently. So you kind of just pick and choose what you need in the moment. Kind of dig that. That seems like a really cool elite card to have. There are also foils and or curios that come later on in the pack. So we'll have to be kind of mindful as we look through these to hope that we don't bypass one accidentally, because they are very subtle. There are some that are so incredibly subtle that I'm just mind blown on how I bet there are so many curios out there that have never been found because people just thought it was bulk. And that is scary. So I do not want that to happen. But curios often go for a lot more value. So Sword and Shield, nice pick there. And a Shapeshift. This is interesting. I haven't seen a Shapeshift before. 4 mana, water, elite magic of capricious change. An allied minion tries to transform. Look at your next 5 spells. You may choose a minion among them to be a new form. Put the rest on the bottom in a random order. Interesting. Shapeshift. I wonder if that could go in my Squeakers deck. I have a deck of pigs that try to become bigger pigs. And they look at the top 5 spells a lot, so maybe they could turn into bigger pigs that way. Kettletop Leprechaun, Thieving Magpie, Burning Hands. Well, hope you all are having a nice Tuesday. I know sometimes Mondays are hard, but Tuesday, hopefully, if you're just regular 9 to 5 working person, hopefully it's starting to wear off and you're starting to ramp down to the end of your week already. I guess we'll put that there. frisky red squirrel, really cool little squirrel. Love the art in Arthurian Legends, very fantastical. Take target nearby artifact that can be carried and hide it beneath this site, just like it buries a nut. It buries a precious artifact. And we have Golden Harp, an elite instrument to soothe and beguile. Strike damage and life loss caused to nearby units is reduced to 2. Okay, let's see what we have. Shameless Squire, Finwife, Common Village. These villages are so good. They create little soldier tokens, and they're squeakers. We love our squeakers. We just did a deck tech on that about last week sometime, so check that out if you haven't had a chance. We try to make squeakers good. Squeakers are fun. Squeakers are cute. They're great for kids, and I think they're great for kidults as well. All right, we've got Degradation, hand in, or face in hand. Sisters of Avalon, Briar Patch, an exceptional sight that when an enemy unit enters or leaves, they take a damage. Ouch. And Sealy Court, benevolent form of the Fairy Elite. At the start of your turn, players draw a spell for each fairy in the realm. I mean, that's pretty powerful, but universal. That's fascinating. So all players would draw a spell. It'd be fun in multiplayer, I would think. And multiplayer is something that we kind of talked about on this channel as well. So I'm trying to cover a little bit of all the bases for folks. I'd like to create some evergreen videos that are like, hey, if you're interested in multiplayer, like maybe check out this video. Because I'm new to Sorcery. I'm only here for 2.5, 3 months by the time you watch this, maybe. And yeah, so I want to leave things, you know, for others who are new behind me to try and get them invested in this really cool, sweet game. Dame Britomart, powerful knight or dame, 5 mana, 3 power, 5 toughness, a unique mortal on a rescue mission. Lance, a Dame Britomart would successfully attack an enemy site. She may summon a mortal from your cemetery to her location instead. Pretty cool. We have Lumbering Giant. Pond is incredible. Reduces the cost of beast, and very importantly, says you ignore threshold on the turn that it comes into play. And no foils. No foils yet. We're looking for foils. I think we get quite a few foils in Arthurian Legends typically. Or maybe we only get a few foils, but we get a ton of uniques. I'm not really sure which it is. Poison Well, good card. We just saw a foil. That's a nice start. We'll go ahead and put that over there. Cold Iron Rod. Fairies are disabled. Sugar Plum Pixies. And a Grand Old Boar. I have some foil copies of this coming just so I can upgrade Squeaker deck. It was ridiculous. I guess I should have waited till I got this box. Oh well, that's fun though. I kind of love that I just ordered this literally like 5 days ago, and now I pulled one right after I pulled another one. It's insane. Okay. Well, I don't know if that's a good sign, bad sign, or sign of anything at all, but it is funny to me how luck works. A PSA for everyone, opening packs is gambling, even if the companies would say that it's not. An exceptional mortal, Iron Man Talus, Funeral Pyre, Genesis, banish up to 3 cards from 1 cemetery. Nice graveyard hate. Varmint Warrens. This also goes wonderfully in a Squeaker deck. Beast here can't be targeted by enemies, but also any kind of other beast deck if you have one. Pretty neat. And we have a foil Shelly Coat. The cool thing about the foils is they're sort of selectively foiled, and so they kind of shimmer in all the right places. There's a raised text, which always gets me. It just feels so satisfying to touch. In addition, all foils have a full art back on them so that you can see the full painting in all of its glory. Most Sorcery cards like kind of display a ton of the art anyways, as compared with maybe some other card games that restrict the art to certain spots. But having complete full painting on the back is pretty neat. And it kind of differentiates it if you're kind of looking through your collection trying to figure out like, oh, where are my foils at? Well, if you see these, you know where they are. White. Oh, we have pulled another one. Okay, so I do think maybe there are quite a few foils in Arthurian Legends. At least I hope so. I would love to have a ton. Sir Peleus. This is a cool one. 3 mana, 4/3 power. Unique mortal transformed by fairy love. Submerge, moves freely between water locations. Now, I'm a little uncertain without my phone on me right now of what freely means. I believe it just kind of means you move an additional space. So you move typically just one, but I think maybe he moves two in water sites. Correct me if I am wrong. And we have a foil Stone Rain. Neat. Dig that. I have a deck called Imminent Domain on the channel where I blow things up and I use Stone Rains. So very neat to have a foil one. But yeah, very cool. So far, so good. We're looking for, obviously, the big hits, but we're going to enjoy ourselves along the way. Especially after that last box, it's hard to get your hopes up because, you know, you start expecting things. And, well, we should just really enjoy the journey because the chances of getting those big hits is probably pretty low. And we get moments where we pull two grand old boars right back to back right after I ordered them online, which is just funny, universal sort of irony laughing at me from the cosmos. A town. We have Lava Flow. Pigs of the Sounder. Boy, this is the squeaker box. I'm gonna have to build a squeaker deck for somebody and give it to them. And we have a Grim Gisarm, elite weapon of equal execution. Bearer takes and deals double strike damage. Pretty sweet. Love that. And a foil knighthood. Wow, it's just not stopping. I mean, I'm happy for it. Magic to find an exceptional among us. If you control an ordinary mortal, you may summon a knight, sir, or dame from your hand to their location. Sweet full art on the back. Doot, doot. Squeaker, blacksmith, sprites, tax collector, other things. All right. 2 more packs in this half of the box, not including this one. Koi Nixie, great card, excellent card, wonderful art from Lindsay Crummett. Pukas, Deathrite. Each opponent discards a random card. It seems like a powerful effect. We have Verdant Knight, covered in grass, not really. And Great Drowning of Men. That seems like a powerful card. 7 mana, 4 water threshold, a unique aura of inevitable erosion. At the start of your turn, destroy affected sites and flood the resulting rubble. Then submerge everything atop them and dispel the Great Drowning of Men. Interesting. So sometimes when I read these out, I don't really read them that well. I think I got what that one's doing, but I'm more focused on being like sort of loud or entertaining or clearly speaking than I am on really comprehending what's in front of me. So we're gonna have to take a look at that one later. Having auras is neat. There is a avatar in Sorcery that only works with auras and kind of turns them into creatures, so maybe that's useful in that deck. Annual Fair is a nice color fixing thing if you have extra mana. Impenetrable Copse prevents projectiles from hitting you, which is great. Defense. Black Knight and Horn of Care Leon. Nearby minions have charge. Could be good. It just doesn't stop. I wish they were like really insane foils, but it's just funny. Saracen Scout. Let's look at that one. Let's never pass up a chance to look at the beautiful foiling process of Sorcery. They take such care in doing it. And I know it's very intentional on their part. Beautiful art, very evocative. All hand painted, by the way. I try to say that in most of my videos so that any new people that see this recognize that there's a lot of effort. This is not something that you see in every game. There's a lot of effort and a lot of care put into Sorcery. There's only 1 set per year that's released so far. They may up that in the future. There's always rumors of that, but no official signs of that. So they just really take their time and do a good job, which I appreciate. Darian Fomorians, Fire Breathing, and Sir Tom Thumb. This is dope. I wanted this because I'm all into beasts these days. A unique fairy makes a lucky escape. 2 mana, 2/1. May be carried by any beast. So you can just ride beasts all over the place. Deathrite returns to hand. So never dies, old Tom Thumb there. Very cool. Hunter's Lodge, Charge. Thieving Magpie, Treetop Hideout. Burning Hands, Shameless Squire. Midwife, Magic Missile, and Sherwood Huntress. All right, I think we're in our last, or our second stack here. Hoping for some solid hits, but, you know, trying to keep expectations tempered as well. Pebble Path, very useful site, takes charge away. Kingwood Poachers takes down beasts, which I don't love. Saracen Raiders Charge, maybe cast any site without enemies, and Goswit Helmet. 3 mana. If a bearer would take strike damage, prevent it, and return the helmet to hand. No foil right after that one. I'm going to break the trend. Okay, we've got Thankless Squire here. Leyline Hinge, Vikings. More villages, which are awesome. Tactical Move is a very good spell. Allows 1 at a time. Each ally takes up to 2 steps. Can be very useful for just 2 mana to move all your pieces around the board. Blue Knight. Beacon. Genesis, gain 1 mana for each nearby site with an enemy atop it. An air site. Very cool. Cast into exile. Shuffle target minion occupying an allied site into its owner's spellbook. And very cool. This is a card I've never had before. A Wedding Hall. 4 threshold. Provides no mana, but if Arthur and Guinevere start your turn here, you win. Pretty cool. What a great alternate win con. Gonna have to tell Jude about that one. And that's just an elite site. That's interesting. You would think that would be more of like a unique. But apparently the Wedding Hall, it happens all the time. It's not just, it's like a Vegas wedding between old King Arthur. Maybe it's like that place, what's it called, Medieval Times? More like a Medieval Times King Arthur. He's like a little fake guy, and he gets married there. Warhorse. Castle Haunt. Fey City, kind of fun. You can tap your fairies to shoot little projectiles from here. And Sir Agravain. Stealth. Movement +1 whenever another ally attacks an enemy adjacent to Sir Agravain, he strikes that enemy afterwards without losing stealth. Okay. Just a rock, sir. Just a rock. Now, I traded my King Arthur to Jude, because Jude's really working on that Templar deck. I think he really enjoys it. So, if I can get Lady Guinevere, then I'll have even more stuff to trade old Jude. I'm going to find Courser here. Shatter Strike. That helmet did nothing. A Wyvern, a wonderful little flappy flap beast. And Thundering Giant Charge. You think this thing might fly, but it does not. It's an elite giant of rumbling impact. Once in your turn, Thundering Giant may teleport to another nearby location. Tap all other units there on arrival. 4 power. Pretty powerful. Ability at least. Thankless Squire. Vikings. And we go through these a little slower because we're looking for curios. Like there's one that has Thankless Squire that I think has all of his lances piled up in the text box, and that is a curio. Kind of just like flavorful, weird little plays on the card art itself. So you have to be careful. If you ever open a box of sorcery, to not throw away your bulk willy-nilly. Because you may have thrown away a really expensive card if you do so. Trollbridge is another one I think that might have a curio piece to it, but I can't remember what it is, so we'll have to look later. Maybe you know in the comments below. Whirlwind and Sir Bors the Younger. Ranged 2. Enemies lose stealth. Pretty powerful because Bors has 4 power, so having range 2, being able to fire 2 spaces away with 4 power, pretty strong. But can be killed by a simple lightning bolt as well. So, you know, can't defend itself very easily. But, neat card. I wonder how it was whenever Arthurian Legends was the only other set, if that was good. Because I don't think it's as good now. Lugbog Cat's great card because it's 4 power for 3 mana. Just great rate. Even vanilla creatures are good in this game. Giant Killer. And Tithe. That's awesome. I really wanted one of these. So unique magic. Draw 3 sites for 1 singular mana. Although you do have to have 3 Earth Threshold to do it. Just to refill that hand. Very useful. And we have a foil underneath, which is Fey City foil. Fascinating. Not the best foil, but very pretty. So let's take in the small moments of this. How all the windows shine and the rest of the buildings don't. And then the background, which is very similar, but yeah, Fey City foil. Very pretty. I like that. Okay, so we currently have 6 foils, including foil Grand Old Boar. Ugh, I love it. Common Cottagers, Kettletop Leprechaun. Oh, I say that every time. I feel like I'm losing my mind. If you ever hear me say Leprechaun instead of Leprechaun, I don't know. I don't know what you should do. I don't think you can help me. No one can help me. I just want to call them a vegetable for some reason. Okay, Verdant Knight, Myriad Fomorians. Brother Knight. This is my second extra Brother Knight. I already traded another brother from another mother to Jude so that he could have 2 Brother Knights. Now I have 2 Brother Knights. Very dope. So whenever you play this, you get to search your spellbook or hand for another Brother Knight and summon it here. Shuffle if needed. Pretty cool. I enjoy that. And that is Quentin Hoover art, by the way. Quentin Hoover is a artist that passed in the early 2000s or late 90s. I can't remember. And did a lot of work for early Magic and was always a favorite of mine. So cool that Sorcery was able to contract out some of his work for this set. And I believe the set right after, there's 1 or 2 cards of his in that as well. The Hunt for the Ring of Morrigan. I'm going to just exude hope. Here we go. It's going to be in these packs for sure. That's like a Ring of Morrigan. Snowball. Rolls down a hill, does fun stuff. Sylvan Splendor, very cool. This goes in the Beast deck. Whenever you cast a Beast or Fairy to an affected site, draw a spell. Dispel if an affected site is attacked. So protect this if you can, and then you'll just draw buku cards with it. Very cool card. Some Ruffians, Just a Rock, Led Astray, a Bog. Grain Sparrow, Redbreast Robin, Weightless Squire. I think there's a curio version of this as well that does something with the text box, but I can't remember what. And a Pond. Okay, here we go. We have officially 7 uniques, and I think typically you get 9. Even though some of these aren't really, the knights aren't as unique. You know, you get more knights than anything, and some of them are elites, but they say unique just because flavor-wise it would make sense to have 2 of a certain knight. Whew. Sir Lancelot, that's cool. This is one I've never pulled. A unique mortal fights in the Queen's name. Lance, the first time Sir Lancelot fights each turn, untap him. 4/6. Very cool. That's a good one, it seems like. And Squeakers. Squeakers. I love Squeakers. Squeakers are awesome. Up. Okay. We have 3 more packs to go. Any ideas for things that you might want to see on the channel? As we get to the point where I probably cannot afford to buy boxes without drawing the ire of family and probably all sanity and reason, what are some things that you'd be interested in seeing? I mean, I'm always going to do lots of deck techs, maybe talk about the news that happens in Sorcery, maybe do some mailbag episodes. Love to get some live play, but we haven't gotten there quite yet. Yeah, if there's anything in particular that kind of rings a bell for you, something interesting, or even a deck tech you'd like to see, let me know in the comments. I'm always appreciative talking with you all. Wizard's Den's a cool card. I like this one. So an elite site, Genesis, draw a spell, discard a spell when this site is first attacked successfully. Another one of these sites you kind of have to protect, but the fact that you get to draw an extra card off of it, solid. I think that's a good one. So Hamlet's Blaze, Field Laborers, Common Cottagers, Charge, Brown Bear. And some of the curios in the set are actually really easy to see. They'll look just like kind of like fancy, foily, just interesting things. So if we draw one of those, it'll be really obvious and we'll blow up we'll just yell into happiness into the void if you have to cover your ears or something. But Tournament Grounds, Castles Ablaze, an aura of an elite, Incendiarism. Conjure atop an elite or unique site. At the start of your turn, destroy this site and minions atop it, and Castles Ablaze. Sweet. Oop. Shameless Squire. I stop on those squires because I think that they are also one that has... All right, last pack. We have currently 6 foils and 8 uniques, I believe, unless I miscounted somewhere. So by that logic, there should be a foil and a unique in here. We'll see. Siege Giant. Fourberry Knot turns things into fairies. That's fun. Fields of Camlan, a unique site. Genesis, each player chooses one of their minions, and then you kill the rest, as long as you have 3 fire threshold. Okay. That seems good. Is that good? No foil, though. Led Astray, Swindler Troop, Squeaker's Weightless Squire, Saracen Scout, Duel, Hamlet, and Tactical Move. Well, we're finally doing it. I think we're hitting our little bit of a dry spell in our boxes here. Some interesting cards, some good cards, but man, the days of drawing like insane value seem to be kind of petering out. No worries though. We got very lucky in our initial boxes. And it's all about just kind of exploring the wonders of sorcery art after all, and building little collections that I can use to trade with others. Pretty Saracen Scout here. Knighthood. Stone Rain. Shellycoat. And on this beautiful boar. Love it. I absolutely adore playing the Squeakers deck. It's a lot of fun. Even if it's not competitive per se. So I don't mind having another foil one of these guys. Well, enjoy the rest of your week. May it be fast moving so that you get to the weekend. And I will see you contesting the realm at a later date. Thanks.